Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Happy Friday. Today I'm going to be doing pack 10 of the Agora models release and build the Ferrari 250 GTO. So today I have bought this section up here, which is the interior and the engine. I don't think we're going to need it much though. We are still working on the bodywork, adding some details to the bodywork today. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I do believe this is available worldwide. Check out the video description and also that QR code on the screen. Now, to start off with on the next stage, we do have to check something, which we're going to do now. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so the first thing we're actually going to be doing on this is we need to make sure that the steering, which you can see just here, is actually coming out through the manifold section here, which means my one isn't. What I'm going to have to do is just unclip this from the frame here so I can actually get to it so I can move that round. So as you can see, I've taken that manifold off because what I need to do is bring it up through that section just there. So I'm on now, I can put this back in. Perfect. Clip these back in at the bottom. And as you can see, that's now in the correct position. Okay, put that to one side. And we're going to start with stage 73, which is the rear lights. So not too much to do in this stage. And this is the rear section here. And obviously these are going to be going into the back here. So once again, I'm challenged with my colour blindness. So these look yellowish to me. So I'm guessing these are the amber ones. I really hope they are, because these ones here are, to me, red. I'm hoping you can confirm that. They're red, they're amber. I think I'm good. I think I'm confident that these are the amber ones. Now the amber ones are going to be going on the top of this section here. So it's just a case of putting them in like this, one there and one in this side. And they are holding themselves quite well in there. And then underneath we're going to be putting the red ones. So one there and one there. We're good. Just put that to one side because then I've got these reflectors to put in. Now these are sticky, so what I need to do is take the backing off of these and put these into the reflector bases. So that's how they should look. Do that same on the other one, like that. And then quite simply, once again, these are going to go into the bottoms here. One that side and one this side there. And with those in, that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 74, we're going to be doing the rear number plate and boot lid. Now anything that's wrapped in foam, as you know, is going to be metal. So there's the boot lid. That looks lovely. Okay, keep that wrapped up, I think, for the minute. I say keep it wrapped up, but we can't. We haven't got that luxury because we actually need this part right now. Because the first thing I'm going to actually do is put the boot lock in. Now, the boot lock is in this bag here, but it has got a square pattern. It's going to go on just like that there, but it's held in from the other side with an L screw. So I'm holding that in on one side and I'll get this screw in on this side here. Bring over this rear section here. I'm going to be putting this into place here so that when it's in, it's going to fit nice and flush in there like that. I do have, rather than a full mat, this little mat here that I'm going to put down just to protect that. And I've got this tab here, which is going to go over the top this way round. So these are pointing towards me, just like that there. I'm holding those in with C screws. This time I'm going into metal, so I'll drop them in some oil. That's perfect. So now that means that that is in place. So as you can see, it can open and it can close. Now I've got these door locks to put in and they are labelled left and right. So I'm going to put the left one in first, which is going to go into this position. And when they're in, we want the hole to be facing out. Do the same on the other side. So that's how that's looking. And then we're going to be having, I've just turned it upside down, number plate lights just going into here again. These are just slot in. We've got two of these. So one's going in here and the other one just there. And that's both of those in, looking like that. Put that to one side and just bring over the number plate. I just want to put the number plate into this fascia here. Sure it's fitting nicely. That looks good. Probably best on the top camera. Put this into place, making sure it's round the right way. And I'm just pushing that in. As you can see there, we don't actually screw that. A bit surprising. I thought we might have to screw that in, but we don't. So that is how it's looking, and that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 75, we're going to be doing the left sub door frame. So get all of these parts out. I will open everything as well. Loads of bits in this one actually, but the first bits we need are these two here. Now this is the fuel filler pipe parts, so it's just a case of piecing both of these together. And these are a push fit, just like that. Now this is going to be going into here. Let's take the protection off there. And it's actually going to go into the inside here. So you see the hole, this is going to go there. We've got a locating lug, you see. So we can see that from the other side, but we are holding that in with a type B screw. And I have that here. Get that screwed in. Perfect. That's in place. In the last pack, bringing this over, there was a reinforcement bar in here. And if you remember, I took that off. I want you to do that now, but I've already done that. But it's this area here on the left side that I'm going to be working on. Now, the first thing I want to do is put the left door frame, which looks like this, into place. Now, it's going to go onto the lugs just here. So that's sitting on there. It's going to be held in with type C screws. One just here, bit of oil, and one on the other side. Once I've done that, I've got this sill to put on, which is just going to go over the top, this bit here, slotting down the gap in the middle there, so that can sit in flush, just like that. That's held in as well with C screws. One there, and one just here. Then I've got this lovely chrome section here, which looks blue because it's got some protection on it. I'm going to take the stickiness off the back first, and I'm going to be putting this over the top of this, which means it's going to hide the screws there. I haven't taken the protection off this blue film because I'm probably going to leave that right to the end to take that off, otherwise that's going to get scratched. I don't want it to get scratched yet, so I am going to just leave that on. But that's all there is to do in that stage. Now we do have some screws left over. These are end screws, and we've got these two parts as well. So in stage 76, very similar to what we've just done. This is the right door frame. Once again, get all of these open. And this is going to be pretty much a mirror of what we've just done. So once again, this, show you on the close-up, is going on here. Once again, this is held in with C screws. Remember, these parts that you see me putting in are solid metal. Perfect. Put the sill over the top again. Put that in with two C screws. Take the backing of this section and put that in to hide those screws there. Again, I'm not taking the protection off this side. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 77, I'm going to be doing the Firewall duct. I always have problems on this channel saying the word duct without it saying like duck. So I'm going to fit two parts of the duct together, which is just these two parts here. This is just going to go on top. There you go. That's going to be held in with some screws. I'm going to be putting in M screws, which are in this bag here. And I need two of these. So one there and just one here. And then believe it or not, really, That's all there actually is to do in that stage. We do have this section here left over now. So in stage 78, moving swiftly on, get all of these parts open. This is the firewall frame we're doing now. So we're going to be taking the firewall that we've been working, well, which we didn't actually get a chance to work on, and we're going to be putting the frame just over the top of it. So this is going to go over the top just like that there. Now it's going to be held in with type M screws, which I got here. It's held in 4 places. So one here and one just at the back, and then spin that round, and then I've got just one here and one just down the side here. Perfect. So now that's how that looks when it's in. I want to take the duct that I've got here, and that's going to be going in this way, just over the top into the center there. And once again, the M screws to hold this into place. So we need 2 of these, one there and one here. Now, do you remember in the bag that we had last time, we had these left over? I need these now. They're just calling these side plates, and they are symmetrical, but they're going to be going into the sides here and the same on the other side. So let's get these in. One there. And one there. So that's how that looks. All I need then is the footrest, which I've got here. That's just going to go into this position there. And it wants to follow the shape of this section, because this, once again, is just a clip in. So that's in like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. We are whizzing through this pack because this is actually the penultimate stage, but it does look like we've got some electrics here. So first thing I want is in this bag here, which are these tiny instrument lights, which I'm going to need my sprue cutter just to get these off of the sprue. Perfect, they're all off. I need to get the dashboard. We haven't seen that in a long time. But just to jog your memory, that looks like that. They're going to go all along the top here. So I'm going to get these in. I'm going to try and get them in with my tweezers. Perfect. So that's the first one in there. Going to do the other 4. There you go. That's done well. They're all in. I'm then going to be getting this lever out here. Lots of parts to this, because what I want to do is take the top of the lever and thread that through this base here, like this. And then on the end, I've got a little washer to put in. And I've got to put this washer in so far that it can't go any further up the shaft here. So let's get that into the shaft. Going to be a bit tricky, I think. There you go. That's as far as that can go up there. That does mean now that when that's in there, that can't come out. So bringing out the steering base now, which is in here. And I'm also going to need the switch. Now it's this side that I need. Probably best on the top camera. And I'm going to be putting the switch in here so the actual button part of it is facing down. So it's going to go in this way. But what I am going to have to do is just bend this at 90-degree angle here. Like that. So then the switch, you can see at the bottom there, is fitting perfectly in there like that. Trace this lead back through the back here. That's good. Take this lever, and that's going to be going on top of that switch, like this. So what should happen is I should be able to push this, and the switch operates, which it does. That's brilliant. The last thing to do is to take the steering wheel. I'm going to be putting that into position. And now there's 2 notches on this steering column here. We've got one on the left, which is going to house this wire. And when I put the steering wheel in, I'm going to have that coming out the other way. And then I'm going to take the other side of the steering column and piece these together. Now I'm not worried about this coming out at the moment. What I'm more worried about is ensuring that the cables are coming out the notches each side. So we're okay that side, and I'm okay that side. So the cable should look like that. Now I'm going to be holding them together with these L screws here. Just one on the other side. Right, so there we go, they're together. I can still turn the steering wheel, as you can see there. Perfect. And by turning the steering wheel, just so you know, look, that's still operating the end. That is very fiddly. I'm going to put this back in and ensure that the switch operates, which it does. That is all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack, which is stage 80, we've got lots of firewall components in here. And the first thing I need is this red electrical system baseboard. I've got some components to go onto that baseboard here. The first one looks like this. And that's just going to go into the end with 2 holes, and it's a clip in like that. Then I've got these smaller components. So one is going this side here. I think it's probably best if I just push them in and then show you like that. Open up all of these tiny ones now, and I've got this one going next to it. Then I've got this tiny one here, so that's now looking like that. And then finally just these ones here. Make sure these go around the same way so they match each other. So all of those just clip into that board like that. Now bringing back over the firewall now, this is going to be going on here this way round like that, and I just need to push that into position. You see it holds itself in there. Now to hide these holes in the center, I've got this panel here, which is going to go in this way with the holes just at the top there. And again, it is a push in, so just line them up, and you probably heard that click in like that there. And then I've got these pipes, which are going to be going into the 3 D-shaped holes here. So they are directional, so one there, one in the center, and one on this side here. Looking good. Put that to one side, and I've got to retrieve the dashboard support, which looks like this. It's this side here that I'm interested in because I've got these, what are they? Switches to go in. Now, one's got a white top, one's got a black top, and one's got a kind of yellowish top. Oh God, this is going to be hard. Okay, I think the yellow top goes in the end, because the white and the yellow to me looks very similar. The black one's definitely in the middle, which means the whitish looking one is on this side. As a matter of fact, actually, these two look the same colour to me. Perhaps they're not white. I don't know. Colours, I really do struggle with colours. Okay, got some more parts here that I need to cut off the sprue. Do that now. This certainly is one of these easygoing builds, you know. There's not a lot of stress in it. But I am just going to put these into place just onto this section here. Now, they are D-shaped patterns, so they can only go in one way. So get all 3 of these in. So those little switches are on there like that. And then guess what? That is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So I do have quite a few screws left over. I've got a rear view mirror by the look of it left over. I've got a fire extinguisher. I've got this section here left over, and obviously I've got the steering wheel that we're not doing anything with at the moment on this stage. I've also got some end screws. So it is a case of keeping everything here completely safe. Now obviously I did this whole build with these on my head, so I've probably got a mark on my head on account that I can't see anything. Probably the fiddliest bit of that was to do this section by putting this in without trapping any of those wires. So that's the bit you need to take your time over. But obviously we've done this section here, and obviously we put the lights on as well. So lots of little pieces all from different parts of the build today. But once again, if you do want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and there's also that QR code on the screen. But really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.